going to fray. Starting right now. Here's your host Alfredo Leon.
Zach Ella, and this is a deep fray as a major trade has gone on in the NBA as another star was traded in the NBA, as I said. As the trade went down on Tuesday, August 22nd, as Kyrie Irving was traded from the Cleveland Cavaliers to the Boston Celtics in exchange for Isaiah Thomas, Jae Crowder, Ante Zizic, and the Brooklyn Nets 2018 first-round pick, which is unprotected. The trade was completed with the league office on Thursday night, according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. The first report about the trade being made was by the Vertical Shams Charania, while Cleveland and Boston were still discussing the details about the trade. Here is Max Kellerman on ESPN's First Take, saying who won the trade between the Celtics and Cavaliers.
The answer is the Celtics, because if the history of the NBA has taught us anything in terms of trades, it's that the team that wins the trade is the team that gets the best player in the deal.
Here is Stephen A. Smith, also of First Take, disagreeing with Kellerman and said who won the trade and more.
Bottom line is that I think that Cleveland, I don't think anyone lost in this. I don't blame Boston for doing what they did, and Kyrie, again, is sensational. But when you look at the team that the Cleveland Cavaliers have, when you look at the fact that they're aiming to compete for a championship, and you think about what you replaced Kyrie Irving with, you've got talent in Isaiah Thomas. You've got bodies in a combination of him and Crowder. You had already added Derrick Rose, so 3 to 4 starters basically replaced one, which puts you in better position to compete for the championship. I believe that Cleveland, by a slight edge, won in this thing. Nobody lost at all, but I give the edge to Cleveland.
YouTuber Chris Smoove also spoke about the Irving trade, and if he believes what Dan Gilbert did was right, and more.
I can't believe that Dan Gilbert would trade Kyrie to a rival, to the Boston Celtics, to the franchise that LeBron James hates. That's why he left the Cavs in the first place, because he couldn't beat the Celtics. And now you're going to trade Kyrie to the Celtics? And they're going to go at each other in the Eastern Conference? It is now confirmed 100% that LeBron James is leaving the Cavs again. Wow. Of course, this is a great trade for the Celtics because you're getting Kyrie, and he's got more than 1 year. So you're going to get Kyrie to go in there with the mix with all the other players you have. Kyrie is much better than Isaiah Thomas because Isaiah, he's a liability defensively. Kyrie, he's not a good defender either, but at least he's better than Isaiah because Isaiah's so short. Every matchup is a mismatch. It doesn't matter who you put him on.
The Cavaliers were looking for a deal that included a young star, veterans, and picks in exchange for Irving, who is a 4-time All-Star, and the Cavs wanted Jason Tatum, who was the third pick. The Celtics didn't want to give him up, and instead they gave Cleveland the rights to the Nets' first-round pick next year. Cleveland defeated Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals before losing in the NBA Finals to the Golden State Warriors. Since then, Irving provided a list of teams that he wanted to be dealt to, since that's what he wanted in order as he asked for the trade. And even though the C's weren't on his list, he still waived the trade kicker in order for the trade to be completed. There was rumors that the Celtics were among the 20 teams to contact the Cavs about Irving when the news of his trade request came back in July. But there are reports as recently as last week that Boston had yet to make an offer about trading for Irving. At that point, it appeared that the Phoenix Suns and the Minnesota Timberwolves looked like the leaders to acquire Irving's services. Irving averaged a career-high 25.2 points as well as 5.8 assists, 3.2 rebounds, and 1.2 steals last year. He still has 2 guaranteed years left on his contract, in which he'll earn about $39 million. There is belief that the former first overall pick wanted out of Cleveland where he could be the man to stand beating in the shadow of LeBron James. Thomas is coming off a career year in which he averaged 28.9 points, which was third in the NBA, and had 5.9 assists and 2.7 rebounds with the Celtics, who finished first in the East. He has 1 year left on his deal, which is a bargain and is expected to cash in with his new team. Boston also added Gordon Hayward and Marcus Morris this offseason. Celtics president Danny Ainge also spoke on Irving after his team acquired him. Kyrie is one of the best scorers in the NBA, said Ainge in a team release on Tuesday night. He has proven that on the biggest stage, the NBA Finals, the last 3 years. For all he's accomplished, we think his best years are still ahead of him. Ainge also thanked Isaiah Thomas and Jae Crowder for their services with the Celtics. Isaiah embodied what it meant to be a Celtic. He captured fans' heart not only with his spirit, but his personality, stated Ainge. Jae's toughness was contagious for our team. He improved his skills each year, but it's his energy and fight that will be remembered. Irving will wear the number 11 jersey with Boston. His number 2, which he wore in his first 6 years with Cleveland, is retired by the Celtics in honor of Hall of Fame coach Red Auerbach. There was foreshadowing involved as well, as Irving wore number 11 when he was at St. Patrick's High School in New Jersey. St. Patrick High School, New Jersey, playing on a team which was called the Fighting Celtics. What a coincidence there. Major coincidence that occurred, the fact that his team at high school was the Fighting Celtics and the fact that he wore number 11 and he's going to do that with the Boston Celtics. What a major coincidence there. There aren't many single-digit numbers left on the Celtics as the team has retired the numbers 00, 1, 3, 6, and 10. There are other numbers that are out of circulation but aren't retired, which include number 4, which belonged to Thomas, Kevin Garnett's number 5, and Rajon Rondo's number 9. Number 7 is already worn by Jaylen Brown. The last Celtic to wear number 11 was Evan Turner. Despite Irving leaving the Cavs, LeBron showed love to him. A video that was posted by a Cavs fan looked like he was going to burn Irving's jersey, but instead left him with a kind note. The note says, "Thank you so much," with a heart. The response from James was priceless, by calling Irving special and that he has nothing but respect for Irving, as they were teammates for the last 3 years. Irving was drafted by Cleveland after LeBron left the team in 2010. He was drafted first overall in 2011. When LeBron decided to return to the Cavs, he said that Irving's potential was one of the driving factors. They led the Cavaliers to 3 straight finals, including a championship in 2016. That championship run was capped off by a clutch shot by Irving in Game 7 to come back from a 3-1 deficit against the Warriors to clinch that championship. Even though the two are no longer teammates, they still made history together. Celtics fans weren't as kind, though, with Thomas's departure, though, as they burned his jersey, which made no sense because of what he did with the team. He didn't do anything wrong. It wasn't his choice that he wanted to leave. It was Kyrie Irving wanted to leave, and when Irving decided to leave, that's what happened, and that made Thomas end up being part of the deal that he didn't expect to happen either. He earned the nickname Mr. Fourth Quarter with incredible clutch performances, had a lot of courage during the playoffs after the death of his sister. He had always been loyal to the C's and even helped recruit their prize free agent in Hayward. The wait won't be long as NBA fans will get to see the new look teams in action as the Cavaliers host the Celtics on opening night on October 17th at 8 p.m. on TNT. I wasn't surprised that the trade would happen. I didn't expect him to go to the Celtics, Irving that is, but that showed how much he wanted out, and he was serious about it too. Like, he had teams that he wanted to go to, which included the Timberwolves, the New York Knicks, even the Miami Heat. And those were some of the teams he wanted to go to. He didn't expect to be traded to the Celtics, but the fact was that the trade occurred because he wanted out, and since he had a no-trade clause, he couldn't choose where he wanted to go. And the fact that the Celtics weren't even in the mix to get him, as other teams like the Suns and the Timberwolves, I said earlier, wanted him, and this showed like that he was in the mix, that they were in the mix as well. Even though he had a no-trade clause, he didn't have a no-trade clause, meant he couldn't choose where he wanted to go. Like I said, this was a good trade there, as they were able to acquire Irving and not lose their draft pick in Jason Tatum, or even get Jaylen Brown. As this was a good trade there as well. As Jaylen Brown, he wears, I would say, with the Celtics, as I said. But the thing is, with the trade, though, it's a good trade for both teams, as the Cavaliers able to get a point guard in Isaiah Thomas. Even though he's short, he doesn't play a lot of defense. He will help them out in the scoring a bunch. As LeBron, he could do all this point forward. He could run the show and everything like that. Not a big deal there. But the thing is, though, with the trade of Jae Crowder, they could get a little bit more defense, and they get a first-round pick just in case if LeBron leaves. Then they have a first-round pick to possibly replace James if JC leaves, which is pretty much expected now, because what is he going to do with the Cavaliers, especially if Isaiah Thomas, he's got only 1 year left on his contract, so Thomas will probably be out of there. He's not going to be in Cleveland, especially if LeBron leaves the Cavs, as now it looks like he is going to leave, because what's going to be with the team, especially if they don't win it this year? They probably won't, because they still got to deal with the Warriors, and now they got to worry about the Celtics, especially with Irving being there now as the enemy, especially all the years that LeBron couldn't stand the Celtics, and seeing Irving now play for a rival is unbelievable to see that. So I think LeBron is probably going to leave as a result of Irving being traded. This is pretty much confirmed, like unofficially, that he's going to leave. But even though all the reports say he may go to L.A. or New York, we'll find out where he goes. But this is a good trade there. Irving got what he wanted. He got his wish. He wanted to leave. He didn't want to be in LeBron's shadow. Maybe that's a little bit cowardly, especially Scottie Pippen never wanted to be out of Michael Jordan's shadow when they played together the Chicago Bulls those years, and they won a lot of championships together. This beef could be sort of similar to the Kobe Shaq feud with the L.A. Lakers in the early 2000s, sort of similar to that, when Shaq had enough of like Kobe, and Kobe had enough of Shaq, and Shaq sort of wanted to get out of the Lakers, and he got traded after. He later said that he could have won 6 or 7 championships with Kobe had they not been traded, had Shaq not been traded. But Shaq wanted out because he just, all the beef with Kobe, all the reports say like that. Eventually they got along again, and Kobe was there at Shaq's Hall of Fame speech, and Shaq was there when Kobe got honored after his last game with all his ex-teammates such as Derek Fisher, Rick Fox, etc. were there to at Kobe's final game when he had that incredible 60-point game in his final game after Shaq said he thought Kobe would get 50, said he got 60, so he pretty much lived up to Shaq's height. So that's sort of similar to the feud there, but this was like sort of unexpected that he would go to the Celtics. But like I said, since he had a no-trade clause, since he doesn't have a no-trade clause, he doesn't have the choice to go where he wanted to. He didn't have any choice, so he went to the situation with the Celtics. He said he likes the Celtics situation and he thinks about resigning there. If he resigns, that's good for the Celtics as they could maximize the opportunity to trade. And that was good that they traded away their net space because the Nets are probably going to be really bad again. And since they didn't want to give up on Jason Tatum, which, like I said, because he's their draft pick and they think he could be a star in the league, he could do some things for them. So this could be interesting to see what could happen there. But that's to be exciting to see the first game between the Cavs and the Celtics with the guys on both sides, especially it's going to be in Cleveland. I wouldn't be surprised if Kyrie Irving gets booed there. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Irving gets booed because of what he did. He wanted out of Cleveland. Like, he just didn't want to be in LeBron's shadow anymore. Like I said, that was sort of cowardly because why would you want to play with the best player in the world, maybe have more chances at championships? But he's like, I already got a championship, so what else do I have to prove? That's sort of like what he's doing there. And he wants to do fresh start. He wants to be the man. And since he's going to the Celtics, he's going to be the man because what other guys will be there that's better than him? Even though they got Gordon Hayward, he's not better than Irving. So that just will show that Kyrie's going to be the man in Boston, which is exactly what he wanted. Something he would never got in Cleveland because LeBron is the man and he gets all the spotlight because he's the best player in the world. He's a superstar at what he does and everything like that. He's just a well-known figure, public figure, talks a lot publicly about all the stuff that goes on. And LeBron is just a well-known public figure, and he's just like one of the most famous athletes or famous people in the world in general. And Kyrie didn't want to be in that shadow anymore. He wanted his own shadow. I can understand that, but I didn't agree with that. But since he wanted his own chance, he got what he wanted. And now there shouldn't be any more excuses as he's going to the Celtics, and he should be able to maximize his opportunity there. And we'll see what happens. Like I said, LeBron's probably going to be out. He's going to leave for sure because he's not going to be able to get to a championship with the Cavs because they got to still deal with the powerhouse of the Golden State Warriors. So it's going to be tough to try to beat them. And now that they got Isaiah, he's a liability defensively, so he's not going to really be able to maximize his potential there. He's not a good defender, so he's probably going to be subbed out a lot, which is what happened with the Celtics. Sorry, his side there because how short he is, 5'9", and he's not going to be able to get guard taller guys, especially the point guards are usually like 6 feet or stuff like that. He's not going to be able to guard those type of point guards because of their size and everything like that. And it's a shame because he's a very good offensive player, but I don't know if he's going to be able to stay with the Cavs. Especially if LeBron leaves, why would he re-sign with the Cavs? So the Cavs are going to probably be terrible again because of all the guys are going to be leaving. A lot of guys are probably going to want out. So Kyrie could be the first step to a rebuild in Cleveland if LeBron doesn't help the team win this year or if they don't do anything like this year to win a championship there. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed, like I said, and peace. Peace.